Hello everyone. Hi, welcome to my live at Stamp with Vicky. This of course is Vicky. Let me just see if I can pull this up on my computer so I can see any comments. Sometimes it takes like a second or two after, and so there's always a slag, which I know you guys know that because I say that I think every single time. All right, let me see. I think we're pretty straight. I guess we'll go with that. I'll give it a couple seconds for people to hop on. I decided, I'd planned on coming live from last week, and then it's just been a really long week, and so then I thought, I think I made that worse. There we go. I wasn't going to do it, so then I decided I need to snap out of my little funk that I'm in and get to it. We lost my cat last week, so it's been a hard week for us. It's getting better day by day. So that just is what it is. And so I had a little break, and now I'm back. So I'm happy to be here. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the cards. I will show you the stamps that they're going to use mostly tonight is First Frost, and I know it's glared. It's hard to know if you can see that at all with the glare. It's really pretty. This is actually in the annual catalog. So we're doing, we're doing Christmas in July tonight. Yes, so we're going to do First Frost and the Frosted Bouquet Framelit dies. They were a bundle in the last year's catalog, but you can still order them. They're just not a bundle anymore. So I have several out that we'll be using tonight. And we also will be using just one stamp from the Merry Christmas to All from the Merry Christmas to All stamp set, and it's going to be Season's Greetings from Our Home to Yours. I love this set. I just literally threw this Facebook Live together today, and so we just stuck with one set. Anyway, let me show you. These dies are amazing. It's all words. It's Happy, Merry, so Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas. Okay, it took me a minute. And a couple little frames, and I did use one of those frames tonight. So we'll go ahead and get started. Whoops. All right, how about we just put them aside? All right, put those down below. I'll show you both cards. I try and do that. The first card that we'll do tonight is this pretty wreath card. They're both actually wreath cards tonight, using essentially the same set. It kind of just shows you how versatile it can be. This one, I did less stamping on the wreath itself, and I used it with some of the dies, or I created it with some of the dies, and then I stamped some of the flowers, and then this other one here, I stamped the wreath. Let me tell you, I used the Stamparatus finally. I got it right. It took some practicing. It took a lot of practicing, but I got it, and when you figure it out, it's easy peasy. So we'll go ahead and get going. So for this first card, we'll be doing this. I'm going to go ahead and put it up here so I have it. And I've big shotted, yes, that's a verb, pre-stamped and everything. So mostly we can put them together because really that's what I want you to see. Guess what I didn't pre-big shot, which is good because I actually wanted to talk to you about, the new dies for the Big Shot. For the upcoming die cutting machine, whatever that might be. They're a little thinner than our current dies. So we have a new, cutting plate, and it's thicker. So, and you will need to use that with the new die embossing folders, excuse me. You probably can use some kind of a shim. If you don't have it, you'll have to play. It might take a couple pieces of cardstock to make up the difference. So anyway, we'll go ahead. I'm going to do this off to the side, but you can see this is, I don't remember the exact name, but it's a brick look embossing folder. And we're going to go ahead and I'll run it through over here to the side. This is going to be a good one. I like this one a lot. I think we had a bigger brick one a little bit ago. I don't know, I think I might like this one better. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we have. Yeah, that's really cool. Let me see if you can see there's a lot of different textures on it. Sorry, I was just trying to peek. So if you guys are watching, make sure to say hi so I know you're here. Hey dude. I saw that out of the corner of my eye on the phone. On the phone. So glad you're here. Anyway, so you can see there's a lot of dimension on this die. So people are gonna go nuts with this come Christmas and Thanksgiving. Oh my goodness. And I think even you can do so much with this, even if you're going to do Halloween cards. So I ran that through the Big Shot, and really that's all you have to do with that. And then I'm just going to put that aside for now. I ran it through the Big Shot wrong. Oh geez. I did. Okay, that's okay. Look, I have lots more. So I just need to quickly, hey Kath, hey Linda, thank you for joining me. I'm kind of all over the place tonight, but if you can be patient, I have some really pretty cards. I ran my paper cardstock to the embossing plate and I did it sideways. So I'm gonna have to turn around and do it again, but it's not a biggie. Okay. So Kathy, I don't know, and Linda, let me see, there we go, we'll do it this way. Yeah. I was just saying that these embossing folders are thinner, and so we have, Stampin' Up! Has a new embossing plate that you can use with the Big Shot as you're using the new embossing folders. And you'll need something to thicken it up because the older plates are thinner. And, you know, as they run through the Big Shot, you'll notice it won't emboss. So, okay. There we go. Okay. It's not the dies. I think I misspoke, Kristen. It's the embossing folders. So these are thinner. The 3D embossing folders are thinner than the other ones that we had. I forget what we even called them. So instead of using just, let me grab it here. My regular embossing plate, you need to use the thicker one, but it's just with the new ones. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. The blue one's a little bit thicker than the clear one. And so that will make up the difference for use in the Big Shot. And guys, I have no idea if this is going to be the same for the new die cutting machine. Dynamic, yeah. Thank you, Kristen. A lot of ladies just came back from Greece, and there is 0 update on the die cutting machine. Well, there's a little bit of an update. The bearings or some piece inside was, I don't know, 4 pounds heavier or 4 pounds, something like that. You know, so it's much heavier than the Big Shot. And for us toting it around and everything, it was just not. Oh, you did? Oh, great, Linda. Have you played with it yet? But, so anyway, so I guess we're kind of back to the drawing board with that part of it. And the trimmers, they had a prototype in Greece, and some of the ladies tried it. Colleen said she really liked it, but I don't know, you know, there's no timeline. There's no updates on that. All right, so we fixed that. Thank goodness. I'm going to go ahead and set the card aside. I have punched out. Let me know. Make sure that you guys can see everything. several little sprigs, and this is one. I'll show you one of the actual dies. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, sometimes it takes me a few days to get into my goodies. Excuse me. But this comes in that frosted bouquet die set. So I cut out several. The trick to these is to layer your cardstock with wax paper. And then, because that way it won't stick inside the die. I think many of these still have wax paper on them. Oh, yep, here we go. And that's fine. You can't see it, which is why I've left it on. So, well, I guess I'm seeing it now, but I didn't earlier when I was cutting it. Anyway. And I also, let me see, I have a few of them in the glimmer paper, because you know me, I like my glitter. Glitter, glimmer, shimmer, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So also what I did to give myself a little bit more shimmer is for the sentiment and for the roses that we'll be using, I pre-sprayed a piece of Whisper White cardstock and I mixed alcohol with the champagne, all-purpose paint. And I use a lot of that, and I've recently started to use it again. It just makes it shimmery and pretty. So we're gonna go ahead and put this wreath together. For the life of me, I have a hard time doing a straight circle or straight line of anything. So what I did, I didn't even punch out the circle. I just left it. I took a circle, actually I think it's the largest circle from the Stitched Shapes frameless, because basically it was sitting in front of me. And I thought, well, that looks like a good size for a wreath. And so here we are. And you will not see it. You won't have to go back and erase anything. I'm gonna glue right over it, and then we're just gonna put the wreath over it. So it's just a little guide, which is helpful. All right, so you can start anywhere. I started off to the right, and I just kind of put some of the glue. I'm using the multi-purpose liquid glue. I put some down, and I started with white. This stuff, I like it because it's handy and it sticks. But boy, it's so sticky. And it's nice because it won't, it'll dry clear, and so you won't see that. Nope. I can go ahead and lay my other one down, and then it's just kind of playing around with where you want your pieces to lay. That's kind of over the top. Maybe I'll do that. All right. All right. Of course, using and you know what I did too is I went back and I filled in. I cut some of these apart and I went back and I filled in. Okay, we're gonna keep going right around here. Hey, Lindsay. Thank you. I must admit I was flipping through Pinterest and I did see a few of these on Pinterest, so I just kind of took that and ran with it. There we go. But I saw them in a couple different colors. A green one, the white one. I thought the white was kind of neat. I'm gonna put a little bit. Actually, you know what I want to do there? Take that off. I want some glimmer. Shimmer, shimmer. There we go. I'm just gonna hold that for a quick second. Hey, Lindsay. Bingo is in 2 weeks. Lindsay, bingo is at Kristen's house. You're on my list of people to call. Okay, well, most likely message, but anyway, if you can make it, we're having bingo at Kristen's house on the 27th at 10 in the morning. So I'm hoping maybe that you can come. I don't know if you saw that on the Facebook page or not. And just with Gertie, I've been really off and trying to schedule and get my things together. So trying to get back into it here. All right, just wanna, and then, so I kind of did 2 white sprigs and then I did 1 glimmer paper. So I just kind of went around like that. I'm trying to make this one a little bit more of a straight circle than I did the other one. Let me know if my hair gets in the way. 1, 2, then I guess we could do this. There. I really like this because it really is easy. I mean, the worst part about this here is just kind of waiting for that glue to catch a little bit before moving on. Ha, got it. More wax paper. Okay. And there we go. I think that caught okay. One, I think it's gonna work out kind of very similar to the other one, which is good, I think. 2, go. So I've been seeing a lot of the demonstrators from Greece. They got a sneak peek at the holiday catalog. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't even, I'm going to be so broke. I can't even wait. I mean, there's everything. The birds are back. There's a cardinal. Oops. There's, oh no. I lost my other shimmer sprig. What did I do with it? 1, 2. Oh, guys. It is nowhere to be found. That's okay. All right, we'll just do white. It's okay. But know that there should be a glimmer, shimmer spray right there, which I'll find some random place a little bit later. That's all right. Okay. Anyway, back to the, gosh, back to the catalog. It just looks amazing. There's snowmen. There are 24 bundles. Hey, Rose, good to see you. Yeah, thank you, because you're the one of the ones that I'm getting a lot of this information about the catalog from, and oh, it's just so pretty. Not even pretty, it's just awesome. There's just so many cool things. Guys, what did I do with that? Oh well, whatever. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see that catalog. Rose earned Greece this year, which I think pretty much you earn the trips a lot, Rose. There. I'm just gonna let that catch, and I'm gonna come back and trim some of those pieces. Still looking for those sprigs. Oh well. Okay. So what we're gonna do is take, I've already pre-punched out these leaves. What we'll do is just gonna take and just add them. What did I do? I think I actually just used, I guess I could use glue. I actually just used a regular snail adhesive. Ooh, don't want that on there. On the card from earlier. Let's see. Okay. That seems to be working okay. Now this only comes on one side. It's the first I have been able to go for I'm hoping, Rose. I'm thinking, I don't know. I was really hoping for Maui, and I don't think that's going to happen this year, but I don't know. Kristen, what do you think about the Caribbean? It's not a real big sell for me, but just to be on a Stampin' Up trip, that's pretty exciting. So one of these days, I'll get there, and so will you, Kristen. Okay. So as I was saying, I had sprayed some of the Whisper White. I don't know if you can see that shimmer with the champagne mist, which I love. Here we go. Adhesive. So I put 3 roses. So what I'm going to do different this time. So I have a darker rose. I'm going to have oh, that's right. That's the new big one, isn't it, Rose? The one. So the 2021 Stampin' Up trip is to the Caribbean, but it's on that. Is it Star of the Seas or what is that ship? But it's enormous. Anyway, so I stamped it off once, and this is real red. I stamped it off once, and then I stamped it off a 3rd time, and I didn't do that before, but I think it's kind of cute, so we'll leave it. I figured you would sacrifice that, Kristen. That's one way to get me on a cruise with you. Let's go make sure it's Stampin' Up. Okay, so we're actually almost done with this guy. We're going to trim down a couple of these little sprigs, which I probably don't have to do. But I would like it a little... Well, that's pretty good. It's pretty round. I'm going to leave those. It kind of bothers me, but I don't mind. It's okay. All right. Symphony of the Seas. That's right. That's right. Yes, the new Titanic. So maybe I won't get vertigo if I go on that one. I'm so petrified of that. That's why I don't do cruises. So we'll see how they go or how it goes. I'm working for it, that's for sure. Okay, so we have flowers, and what I did with the sentiment, and I think I said that earlier, I also put that on the sprayed paper, so you might not be able to see the shimmer on it, but believe me, it's there. And I didn't put this on dimensionals on the first card, and I'll kind of show you. Oh, that's true, Kristen. I guess you have it too. You know how I get when I get the vertigo. Oh gosh. Remember that? So I called Kristen at 7 o'clock one morning. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm so dizzy. That was an escapade to the ER. That was. I don't know. Never let the interns or whatever you want to call them take your blood. I'm a pretty good sport about letting, I don't know, new doctors, students, whatever, do what they want, see what they want. I don't really care, but not messing with my blood. No shots. Nope, that's where I draw the line. Okay, so last thing I'm going to add to this is the red rhinestones. So I'm gonna use the he totally blew out my vein. Oh, it hurt so bad. And I don't really like let me see, what am I trying to do here? You know, who likes shots and everything anyway? Oh, it was an escapade. But I wasn't dying. I just had vertigo, so it was all good. Okay, so I'm going to put a couple of little berry trios, I suppose, here and there. There's not really any rhyme or reason. Lindsay, yes, I learned that the hard way that day. And they wouldn't, I actually told them, do you remember that, Kristen? I actually told them to get away, and I wanted a nurse or, somebody who had experience to do it. And they wouldn't, I was angry. You can't mess with me in the hospital or at the dentist. 2 things I'm just, nope. Here we go. I know, Kristen. You're a godsend. Okay. And I think I'm going to put some more down here and leave it at that. Yeah, we do it over here. These probably should go somewhere specific. But guess who doesn't know that? Cute, cute, cute. Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yep. Not when it's something important. No more. Kristen has taken me to the dentist. Oh, it's funny. That was an escapade. Yep. Entertaining I am. Okay. So we are, you know what? I think the last time I popped that up, but that's all right. There. Christmas in July. Season's greetings. Oh, gosh. From our home to yours. And very similar and super cute. So there's that. I think I'm good with that box. Now for the Mac Daddy for tonight is we're gonna use the Stamparatus on this. And I basically had to teach myself this today. Oh, but I did it. Thank you, Lindsay. Okay, so I don't know, Lindsay, if you saw before, but this is the one that we're gonna do now. I don't even know how to tell you to do this, but okay. When you are using a Stamparatus to make, I guess, a wreath card or circle design of whatever you're gonna make, I guess mostly it ends up being a wreath, you're gonna need a template. That will be the easiest way to do it. So I had started with one that was smaller. You know, I got on the Pinterest or YouTube and watched several demonstrators. And, you know, some of them had them cut out and whatnot, but I just used this on the little grade paper that goes with a Stamparatus. And I measured it at 4 1/4. So that way it would fit across my whole card. Okay. And it took me a little time to figure that out. And it also helped me, I think, stretch out the wreath. And that helped as well. Because at first it just looked like a big pile of, I don't even know. But it was rough going there for a little bit this afternoon. But it worked out. So this is my template. Again, it's what it ends up being is, I can take this out and show you. So it's 4 1/4 square. And then you just turn it and center it the best you can. And then again, so 4 1/4 square. And this is what we're going to be stamping on. I am going to do the granny apple green first. So I guess the leaves first. And then I'm going to add the red sprigs. So I'm just going to pick a spot, place it pretty close to the edge. And this stamp is kind of nice actually because it's already curved. And so when you're using the Stamparatus, you just place your stamp where you want it, push down, it's going to stick to the plate. I'm going to grab, hold on, I just wanted to grab a stamp case because that helps when you go to ink up the stamps. Actually, let me grab 2. Although I probably don't need it as much up here. Okay, so we're using Granny Apple Green and Poppy Parade. I love that color. I didn't like the color, but I love the color. All right, so you know what? This, guys, sometimes it kind of sticks to the paper. I'm gonna try it and see. If it does, I could just use the magnet. It's just a little bit of a pain to do that, but it's not the end of the world. So we'll see. See how it goes. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, ink up my stamp. So this stamp actually looks like there's not really any ink on it. I guess it's supposed to give more of a watercolor look. And I'm just gonna press down and up. Okay, so that worked. Voila. What you're gonna do is you're gonna turn it a quarter turn. Okay, so now it's gonna go to the square. You're gonna anchor up again and go down. You're gonna see it's just gonna kind of lay on top of itself, and it's gonna look really funky for a while, but it gets better. It took me, whoops, don't do that, don't forget. Okay, you have to pay attention to where, which direction you're going. Okay, so I guess it's like an 8-point turn. Okay, and each time I'm re-inking it. I probably could have done stamped off one time each, but I didn't, which is okay. But that's something you could actually try. So let me tell you, if you're not sure what you would use the Stamparatus for, this is what you would use the Stamparatus for. It's very handy. Okay. Here we go. And I think we'll do one more. Of course, yeah. And usually it ends up being kind of one of the sides is a little bit off, but you can just use that side when you're decorating it. And so you would never know anyways. It doesn't even matter. Instead of going over it again, you can see it's just a little bit off there, but I'll just use that side to decorate. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. All right, is put on the red sprigs. So I'm just gonna kind of pick a place. Where do I want red? That works. And I'm gonna use the top plate. I'm gonna bring that down, stick it on. I think it sticks more when there's no ink on the stamps. It kind of, I think from static, but it seems that once there's ink on the stamps, then that helps. And we used Poppy Parade. What I did was I took a blank Stampin' Spot and the re-inker, and so I just put the I spread the re-inker onto the Stampin' Spot, and now I have a little bitty Poppy Parade, and it's sometimes easier on the smaller stamps on the Stamparatus, so you're not getting ink all over the plates. All right, so let's see how this goes. Yeah, see how that time the paper didn't come up with it? So this time, for whatever reason, I'm gonna go the other way. The other direction, I don't think it matters one way or the other. It's just kind of how it ended up happening earlier, and I've stuck with it. Okay. There we go. So you can, whoops, definitely start to see it's coming together. Here we go. One lady did a wreath freehand. Ay, 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 ay. Stamparatus is so much better. So much better. I don't know if there were any wreath stamps in Greece or in the new catalog. I feel like maybe somebody said something about it, but yeah, I don't know for sure. There's a snow globe. Oh, I can't wait to get it. We haven't had a snow globe in a million years. All right, well, maybe like 8, but it's been a long time. Okay, almost done here. Here we go. So, I guess probably most everybody on here, Mom, I don't know if you're on here, Are you guys getting a heat wave down at the beach as we are up here? Oh, Kristen, I know. Yeah, I'm gonna stay in this weekend for the most part. We're going to dinner tomorrow night, but other than that, if I was you, Kristen, I would be in your pool all weekend. Yeah, I cannot wait to see that snow globe. Okay. I guess it happens every year with the heat, and we just forget about it between, because you hear the same story every year, but it's still not fun. Some people love it, but that's just too much. My husband wants me to go to Vegas in August. He's going for almost a full week. There's no way I'm doing that. I'm still not even sure if I'm going to go at all. Yeah, good for you. Be in that pool. Okay, so still looks a little funky, but it's better when it's decorated. All right, so I'm just going to close my Stamparatus. You can't close it down on top of each other of itself. So what I'm going to do is just pull that off and just throw it up here to the side. Get that out of the way. And stamp set's super handy. We're going to go ahead and put it together. I wonder where that sprig of glimmer paper went. Should we take bets on where I might find that later? My dog, maybe? Winston, you have it, bud? He says no. All right. So there's a couple really cool things about these, the frosted bouquet dies. I think it's frosted bouquet. We're gonna go ahead and start putting the card together. So I'm gonna go ahead. I didn't put it in the middle. I put it up towards the top a little bit extra earlier. I don't know. It's kind of cute, I guess. I'll go ahead and put that on. Hudson starts puppy class Saturday, but that's the only thing. I want to be Hudson's teacher. Kristen just got a puppy. I can't wait to meet that little guy. Yeah, Lindsay, it definitely does. Okay, so what I did is I took the same leaf, different color, so I used the Granny Apple Green this time, and I did absolutely nothing special for adhesive on it. I have glimmer paper, and I just stuck it. How did I stick it? Where's my card? Okay, to remember. I just stuck it kind of up to the side. And then I did the same thing. I kind of flipped it over. So, I don't love that it's a little bit different, but it's fine. So, go ahead and you can't even really tell because you have the sparkles on top. So, yeah. There. I don't know that it did a whole lot. Okay, so what's cool about these dies is this is how it, that comes, and you're thinking, what in the world is that little guy for? The super thin one. Well, that's because of layers. So you'll see I've already cut it, but I cut out the sentiment with, the thin piece. Then I cut out the border, and it layers perfectly. I wish they would do more of that when they have, I guess, frame dies like that. I wish they would do more. Here we go. All right, let's Look at that. It's just so pretty. Let me put a cap on that. Get that out of the way. And I use a dimensional. I guess I'll use 2. Okay. So we could put this here, kind of wherever, you think is good. You could do up, down, whatever. 50-50 on the flowers. Do you like it kind of like that at top and bottom? Should we stuff them under a little bit? Let me see. Yeah, I guess we'll do top and bottom. And I did add some, that's going to come right off the card. Some rhinestones to these too. It helps break up the wreath as well, the rhinestones do. Okay, so I put one there, one here. Where do we need some bling? I'm gonna put one down at the bottom. It kills me just to have, an even number of things. I like to have odd number, even though that's a little off. There we go. We'll put it there. So there we go. Card number 2. Excuse me. All right, everyone. Let me recap for tonight. Due to time constraints earlier, I did not do the insides. But here we go. Christmas in July. Ho, ho, ho. You can see both of those. Let me set one aside. There we go. And here we go. Now, if you have any questions, go ahead and message me. I didn't write my list like I usually do, so I don't have it, but I can look up anything you might have a question on, whether it's technique or product. So I'm happy to do that. The July Hostess code is V2M2WYFE. I can show you that. There we go. July Hostess code. So if you place an order, please use the Hostess code and you will get something special from me. Thank you very, very much for joining me tonight. I'm glad to be back into it. Next week, I'll have to let you know I will be traveling and getting prepared for Stampin' Bingo. No, Kristen, Stampin' Bingo is in 1 week. 1 week from tomorrow, right? Yeah. Oh my goodness. We have work to do. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll be in touch soon. Have a great, great night.